Most people would like to be happy as much as possible. I certainly would. Who wouldn't? And one, of course, can ask, well, should I work on my feelings? Like, think about my feelings, try and shift my feelings, let my feelings move through me in a cathartic way. Should I work on the thought patterns? Should I work on the behaviors? I'm a big believer from my own experience that behaviors are powerful in setting the general trajectory of thought patterns and feelings. But I've also experienced it going the other way too. So what does the research say about this? And what can we do? Because everyone wants to be happier.
Yeah, well, we just talked about the thing you're not supposed to do. You don't have to change your circumstances. And that's great because like quintupling your income is tricky, moving is tricky, switching your life around all over the place is hard, right? And the good news is the science shows you don't have to do that. That doesn't work as well as you think. But you can hack your behaviors and your thought patterns and your feelings to get some good results, right? Let's take behaviors, right? One of the biggest behavioral changes you can make to feel happier is just to get a little bit more social connection. Like psychologists do these fun studies where they look at people's like daily usage patterns. So how much time are you spending sleeping or exercising or at work or whatever? And the two things that predict whether or not you're happy or not so happy is how much time you spend with friends and family members and how much time you're just physically around other people. Like the more of that you do, the happier you're going.
You should let your rage manifest itself in the physical world. Next time you feel mad about something, go hit a heavy bag. Go lift a dumbbell. That's what you should be doing. Sprint, run, lift, do physical things. That rage was meant to be utilized. It was meant to be turned into discipline and utilized to make you stronger, make you faster, make you better. That's what it's meant for.
Nobody's gonna come in and build your life for you. You need to go. And everybody in your life is gonna tell you, slow down, take a break. Oh, you're doing so good. Why don't you just be happy here? It's because your speed and your growth makes their lack of growth and lack of speed feel inferior. That's the only thing it means. And so you're making them feel uncomfortable because of how much you're doing in such a short amount of time. So you need to be able to filter out like what other people are saying about you and why they're saying that. Take it for face value, you don't need to attack it, but just know if you have goals and priorities, why have it take 10 years if you could have it take 2? Literally, why? You might as well do it now. And especially if like a woman's watching this that doesn't have kids yet, you need to go now. Your day is all about you. If you don't have other kids, other people in your life to tend to, you have so much free time that you can put into yourself and go as fast as possible and speed run it. Because as soon as if you want to grow a family one day, you've got a lot of other stuff to do. And you're probably going to be like, damn, why didn't I do all this side hustle things or extra learning on the side when I had the free time to do so? So it's a very finite amount of time where you can go fast and you need to take advantage of it.
Question that occupies all of us in childhood and throughout the first half of life at least, if not an entire lifetime, is what does the world want of me? What do my parents want from me? What do my school teacher want me? What do the playmates expect of me? What does the partner want from me? What does the employer want? All of these are reality-based encounters with the demands of the environment. And part of what we have to do is develop enough ego strength to create a provisional sense of self and a provisional functional self to deal with those expectations. But then when you've done that, why are you still here? What's the purpose? Are you simply here to be a creature of adaptations? Now, without those adaptations, we would be overwhelmed typically by the circumstances of our lives. So we accommodate them in some way. But in the second half of life, and I'm using a term very loosely, the real question is, what does the soul want of me? What does the psyche want of me? And that's a different question. Then the issue comes up, what is it that is wishing expression in the world through me? That's a different question than what does the world ask of me? The people that we would most admire in history are people who in some way found and lived out what the soul was asking of them. It didn't spare them from suffering, sometimes even martyrdom. It doesn't spare you from conflict and pain, maybe isolation, maybe exile, but you're fed by the purposefulness of it. take that away and life is pretty empty.
Why does discipline equal freedom?
Because the more discipline you have in your life, the more freedom you will end up with. So if you lack the discipline to exercise and eat healthy, you will end up being a slave to disease. If you lack the discipline to work hard, save your money, you will end up a slave to finances. If you lack the discipline to manage your time correctly, you will end up with no free time. If you have self-discipline, if you have the discipline to save your money and work hard and invest your money properly, if you have the discipline to manage your time correctly and not waste a bunch of time, if you have the discipline to exercise and eat healthy, you will end up with freedom. I know it's counterintuitive, it's contrarian, but I've seen this over and over and over again. If you want freedom in your life, you have to have discipline.
When you're doing something that you don't enjoy, it steals energy from you. I saw a quote one time. It was something like, if you do something that is out of alignment with what your purpose is in this world, you will have to come up with the energy for that. If you do something that is in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing in this world, the universe will provide the energy for you. And like for me, I know 100% when we get done with this podcast episode, I will have more energy than I did when I first walked in this room. Why? Because this is the thing that I think that I was made to do. And I am so passionate about that, and it gives me energy, and I will have more energy throughout the entire day because I'm doing something that I actually love. If you're trying to force yourself to do something that you don't love and something that doesn't, or just something that doesn't feel in alignment with who you are, it's going to require way more force than anything else.
These people who are influential right now, Goggins, Jocko, Rogan, everybody is fit and disciplined. Is there people who are not fit and not disciplined who are influential?
Well, think about it this way. Do you think that the most successful people in the world became successful and then got disciplined? Or do you think that they became disciplined and then got successful?
Yeah, obviously the latter, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, it's an outcome. Now, that's not for me to say that there aren't undisciplined people that have managed to get super, super successful. Like, we all know that there's flukes out there. However, most people are going to win through discipline.
You ran every day for a month.
Yep.
What did that do to you?
It gave me a lot of respect for runners. Any new challenge or workout's tough, but doing it every day, it was like new and fun, and you're sore in the beginning and it's really hard, but I feel like running is a different sort of reward where I see a very quick result where I run 3 miles on day 1, horrible time, I'm dying, I'm cramping, I feel terrible. I'm like, bro, I'm running a marathon in 30 days. How is this gonna happen? By day 7, I'm like, I can run 3 miles. Then when you go to 6, you know, it's hard again. You got to taper up. I did a very rapid prep. No one really does this. Nick Bear sort of coached me. He's like, hey, this is the best case scenario. You're going to run this many miles each day. Good luck. No one should do this.
So you started from not being a runner.
Yep.
And within 30 days did what?
Full marathon.
Full marathon.
Sub 4, baby.
What the most misunderstood idea about discipline is, in my experience, the most misunderstood idea about discipline is you have a choice. You actually don't. There is no choice in discipline. You don't be like, maybe. There's no negotiations with discipline. Discipline does not take days off. Discipline sticks to the plan 100% of the time, every day, all day. It allows no sign for you to have weakness sneak into your mind, be like, maybe, because that one day becomes the next day. And for me, everything changed in my life when I applied discipline. You will never be able to master discipline. It is absolutely unattainable, but chasing it is great. I'm going to try something, be disciplined for 3 days on this one particular thing, whether it was going to do sugar or I was going to do this workout or I was going to do something where I was taking myself out of the comfort zone. Those 3 days became 5 days. Those 5 days became 10 days. Then I just wanted to see how far it would go before that voice got in my head. It was like, take your day off, relax, throw your feet up, have a beer, eat some pizza.